there's a question here from Andre. I put it on the screen. So, what do we do when Amazon adds categories, subcategories, item types to their catalog that are actually more relevant to your products than the ones you are currently in?
No, you're good, but you just have to make sure that it matches your backend data. That's it. If it's like a more relevant, you just make sure that it matches the backend data and monitor that more frequent at that point. Anytime any changes happen, we have to monitor so frequent.
So we have some old ASINs that are on Amazon since the catalog was more raw. At that time, it was the best match for our products, but now there are categories have popped up and our competitors have moved to them or have launched products in them that are actually more relevant from my point of view or to the products. Do we stay in the old categories that were there originally, or do we try to switch to the new ones?
If you find going into that category is more relevant for you, all I'm saying is before you change happen, making sure track all the data, track all the keywords, go to the Helium 10, download the Celebro data, go to data, use the data dive, download all the data, make sure you have the backup of all the information, so what is required for you first on the keyword level, and also download all the data from the Amazon Seller Central. Make sure that before and after you're doing it properly. When you transition, the transition needs to be like product type, you're not only the browse node, not only the category, browse node, product type, item type needs to be completely matched, and also the refinements is completely matched as well. If that's not happening, that's where you will go into issue. And on the second one is like you gotta better monitor that as like your child for the next 15 days.
Okay.
Minimum I'm talking about. If you do that, you can survive. If anytime that some issues is happening, some keywords are dropping, your sales is dropping, at that time you switch it right back to where you are. Or I would suggest you guys, this is like the most important, not a lot of people do it. Any changes you're doing in the category, any changes you're doing in the browse node, you better run some kind of deals.
Okay.
I don't know why, very honestly, we get successful when we have the changes in place and run the deals. We get like adapt to it super fast.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
You mentioned like a few things. So first thing is, if I'm not getting any impressions on my PPC, that's definitely an SEO problem, right? SEO can mean everything. It can mean backend, title, like everything that is SEO related. Then if you're getting impressions and I'm not getting any clicks, then I call it like main image price reviews problem. Like that's what they see, right? Before they click, that's the only three things that they see.
That's
like,
the only thing.
I agree, but if they have 5 reviews, maybe that's why they don't click. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then if I get clicks and no sales, it can be like secondary images and A+, but it still might be like main image price and reviews.
It could be anything. It could be like your images. It could be like something that somebody has like a better offer than you. Your competitor has like a better offer than you in your listing page. Actually, ads are running, or something that you're not having a buy box. Add to cart's not available there. Sometimes your reviews, top reviews.
Yeah, but if they have a better offer, it's still like secondary images or something. Like it's still something about like they didn't like what they saw, right?
Oh no, there is. Okay, listen. I mean, the conversion problem. There's so many things. 2-day shipping is not available on that area, and 1-day shipping is not available on that area. Or your shipping was like too much, like 7 days later. Or your top reviews are like showing bad. Recently, they removed the top of reviews, like a top good review and bad review. One of the bad review, if it's still there on your listing in your category, one of the top reviews like super bad. In the Q&As, the top Q&A is bad. Somebody posted, like somebody asked a question, somebody posted, you didn't respond to the question, somebody respond, your competitor, somebody respond, that became a top one, and that could be bad actually completely.
Just to understand, Colin, like what you talked about today with the back end, what is the most common thing that you see? You mentioned like the 6 problems and stuff. What is the most common issue that you see when it's a back end problem?
Most of the time, what we saw, very, very common thing is like a product type and item type mismatch for that particular browse node.
No, but I mean like the symptom. What was the symptom to get?
Oh, symptoms, you're not able to rank. It doesn't matter how good you are in actually. It doesn't matter how good. You might have making a good conversion on your keyword, really, really great conversion. Your product is not ranking for it. Your keyword is not ranking for it. So those are the common issues what we found. And also what I would say, the DOW issues actually. The DOW and wait, let me take a look quickly.
Sorry, what is DOW?
DOW is like a display on website. See, Amazon updating item type category more refined way right now. They're creating a more browse node. How they updating is like, let's say they created like a 10 browse nodes right now. Okay. The bot is look for certain keywords. If you have the certain keywords, they automatically move into that browse node. When they move into the browse node, your category could match actually properly. Sometimes it's not, but all the data will not match. At that point, people doesn't know anything about browse node. They end up in like finding like strange things are happening in your listing, and your attributes needs to be updated and all the things. That's where the mismatch comes in place. Right now, there is a black hats available right now. If you want to mess your Amazon, your competitor listing, Chinese able, you pay them like $50 to $100, they can go and then mess your backend data. They end up in messing it, but you don't know actually. You're not gonna know when they mess, but because it's a slow kill poison. So it's basically you will get that data updated in a 48 to 72 hours. Something in a browse node product will change. You're not gonna know. And what will happen? The next one is like your keywords stop dropping 10%. And that's where I get the message like, oh, I was selling like a 200 units a day. Right now I'm selling 2 units a day. I have no idea why.